Manny PacMan Pacquiao seems to always be at the top of the rankings, patient and ready to fight the strongest challenger. He's someone who's humble, but also has that ruthless side to him that comes out, especially inside the ring. Fight fans all over the world cheer on this fighter who came from nothing and scrapped his way to the top of boxing and became a leader in the Philippines. Despite being considered one of the most successful and wealthiest families in the country today, he still keeps his humble and simple lifestyle. But let's not forget that being one of the world's richest athletes also allows him to enjoy some of the luxuries in life, such as having a collection of expensive vehicles. In this video, we'll go through the fights that made Manny PacMan Pacquiao, his rich lifestyle, net worth, and more. Take a second to let us know what your favorite thing about Pac-Man is in the comments below. We'll pin the highest rated answer. Now let's get started. Number 1. Fights that made Manny. Starting off fast and being an active fighter in the early parts of his career, Manny Pacquiao first saw global recognition when he took on Mexican great Marco Antonio Barrera. This was also the start of his long-running relationship with famed American trainer Freddie Roach. In the fight against Marco, Manny suffered a first-round knockdown that was like a wake-up call. He then easily won the rest of the fight with a 3rd and 11th round knockdown of Barrera. This bout was stopped in the 11th round as Manny put the pressure on after Barrera went down for the 2nd time. The ref had seen enough. This was a shock to the world as Barrera was considered the best featherweight at the time. He could not deal with Manny's speed and precision, taking too much punishment while trying to deal his own. In total, Pac-Man landed 257 power punches compared to just 101 for Barrera. Another Mexican in Erik Morales stepped up to challenge Manny, and the expectations were high for Erik, who was a 3-weight world champion. In their first encounter, and Pacquiao's first rodeo at 130 pounds, Pac-Man lost on a judge's scorecard. This would be a learning opportunity for Manny as he went back home and continued to improve and learn from his mistakes. His next bout with Morales 10 months later saw Manny become the first man to stop this Mexican idol in the 10th round via TKO. Later on in the year, in the trilogy bout, Manny brought the pressure again, flooring Erik 3 times in a 3rd round knockout win. After taking some time to continue developing his body, Manny made his way to the 7th title in weight class with his fight against Miguel Cotto. The Pac-Man's power and speed overwhelmed the naturally bigger boxer, and Cotto whittled away in the second half of the fight. Not only did this show that Manny could carry his power up a weight class, but also that at 147 pounds, he could take the punches thrown his way. The biggest pay-per-view fight in the history of show business was Manny's bout against Floyd Mayweather. Both were great fighters who were just above their prime and still considered at the top of their weight classes. This fight would decide who the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter would be, and Floyd came out on top. It was reported afterwards that Pacquiao wasn't 100% himself due to a right shoulder injury he suffered during training camp. However, this fight took 5 years to make and made a record $500 million. Any boxer who was in Manny's place would have continued with the fight like he did. It was estimated that he took home over $100 million from that fight alone. Number 2. Rich lifestyle. With that type of payday, you can expect Manny and the rest of his family, training staff, and more to be well taken care of. Pacquiao has also pushed outside of just his boundaries as a fighter and started to dive into the world of politics. In 2016, he was appointed a senator, and rumors have been surfacing that he wants to run for president of the Philippines in the near future. Fame, wealth, and power can get you whatever you want in the world, and in Manny's case, he's got a nice car and a home collection. In fact, he has so many nice cars that we could probably spend a whole video talking about how much each of these are worth. One of his biggest purchases is the Ferrari 458 Italia. This car can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.1 seconds. In today's market, you'll need to shell out at least $300,000 as a start. Adding on different tech and luxury packages can push this to the $500,000 mark. In addition to sports vehicles, Manny has purchased a Hummer H2 vehicle for his family and close friends. This car is bulletproof and serves as a safety precaution for his family, given that there's a lot more eyes on them as a whole. Manny and his family live and reside in over 5 homes, but the most recognizable one is the White House in General Santos. Is that a reference to his ultimate goal? Who knows? Either way, this house is quite impressive with its own basketball court, pool, and even private beach. Hey, I think you made it when you can say you have your own private beach. Check out Jinky Pacquiao and her tour of the place. One of the things that Manny has done for his current kids and future generations is give them freedom. They are able to try new things and work on what they are most passionate about without having to worry about money and making a living. Manny Pacquiao is a student athlete who plays basketball and started his rapping career. Emmanuel is following in his father's footsteps and has already fought twice, both wins with KOs. Perhaps we'll see this father-son duo in the boxing world soon? Number 3. Net worth. Although amassing most of his wealth in boxing, Manny has been smart with his earnings and used them in other businesses and to get into politics. As a senator for the Philippines, he continues to gather more influence and continues to build his wealth. It is estimated that he earned a total of $446 million from his fights, and his total net worth could be even double or triple this value. So to put everything into perspective, Manny Pacquiao is worth over $1 billion, is a senator in the Philippines, and still wants to fight the toughest fights in the world. Would you want to work another day in your life if you have earned over $400 million? Number 4. What's next? It's hard to imagine that Manny is still looking for fights even after working and fighting as much as he has. Not only is he doing fights, but he's looking for the ones that will challenge him the most. Many boxing fans, fighters, and analysts around the world have spoken about the respect they have for Manny to continue fighting the best in his early 40s. Fun fact, most fighters typically retire by the age of 37, and Manny is way past that. Not only did Manny look good in his fights against Thurman and Broner, but he looked better in some situations. Sure, he's not the same knockout artist he once was, putting on the pressure and forcing opponents to give up, but he's still doing damage, and most important of all, not taking too many shots himself. How many fights do you think Manny has left? PacMan is looking to continue his boxing career with no plans to end it yet, and as a fan, it's exciting to see how far he can go. Thanks for checking in on us at Knockout TV, and let us know what you thought of this video. If you haven't already, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe. We'll have a lot more great content coming out for y'all soon. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time on the channel.